On March 31st, 2026, a security researcher cracked open a routine software package from one of the most secretive AI companies on the planet and found 512,000 lines of source code sitting in plain sight. No hack, no breach, just a packaging error, and within 48 hours, that mistake sparked the fastest growing GitHub repository in history. Here is what nobody is telling you about why this actually matters for your business. The company was Anthropic. The package was Claude Code, their flagship AI coding tool that developers had been paying serious money to use. A researcher named Chyros was doing a routine audit of Anthropic's official NPM package when he noticed something that should not have been there. A 60-megabyte file. Inside it, a full set of source maps, the kind of debug files that turn scrambled, minified code back into perfectly readable human code. The kind that ships by mistake when you use a bundler called Bun and forget to check your settings. Nobody broke in. The front door was just left wide open. Now here's the part where things get wild. Within 48 hours of that discovery, a Korean developer who goes by the name Secret Jin had already rewritten the entire architecture from scratch. His project, called Claude Code, hit 50,000 GitHub stars in hours, then 100,000. And as of right now, it sits at over 164,000 stars. That is more than any GitHub repository has ever accumulated that fast. Ever. Not a project from Google, not one from Meta. A solo dev, a packaging accident, and 2 days of work. So, what is Claude Code actually doing? And why should you care if you have never written a single line of code in your life? Claude Code is a coding agent. That means it does not just help you write code, it reads your entire code base, makes a plan, edits files, runs commands in your terminal, checks the results, and keeps going until the job is done. It acts more like a junior developer you can give a task to than a chatbot you have to babysit. Anthropic built it to work exclusively with their own models. You pay for access, you use their infrastructure, and you play by their rules. Claude Code does the same thing, same agentic loop, same core architecture, but with one enormous difference. It works with any AI model on the planet. GPT, Gemma, local models running on your own machine through a tool called Ultima. Whatever you want, no Anthropic account required, no usage fees beyond whatever model you choose. And because Secret Jin built it from a cleanroom rewrite, meaning he studied the leaked architecture without copying the actual code, it sidestepped the legal landmines that would have gotten it taken down immediately. Here is the open loop I want you to hold on to for a minute. Buried inside the leaked source maps, developers discovered references to something called Chyros. That name is not in any official Anthropic documentation. Not a single public announcement. It appears to be a completely unreleased autonomous agent mode, something that runs in the background, completing tasks without a human watching. We will come back to that. Anthropic moved fast. They sent DMCA takedown notices to repositories hosting the leaked files. Secret Jin posted an apology on X, acknowledged the sensitivity of what happened, and maintained that no proprietary code was actually copied into Claude Code. Just the architecture, which he argues is a different thing. The main Claude Code repo is still up. The community kept starring it through every attempt to slow it down. But Anthropic's second move hit a lot of people much harder. On April 4th, just 4 days after the leak, Anthropic announced that Claude Pro and Max subscribers could no longer use their subscriptions to power third-party tools. The tool most affected was OpenClaw, a separate project with around 135,000 active users, about 60% of whom were running it on their Anthropic subscriptions instead of direct API access. That loophole made Claude-powered agents roughly 5 times cheaper than using the API directly. Subscriptions at $20 to $200 a month were being used to run heavy agentic workflows that would have cost dramatically more if billed at actual API rates. Think about that for a second. Tens of thousands of freelancers, small agencies, and solo operators had quietly built their AI workflows around that pricing gap. And on a Tuesday morning in April, it was gone. The cost difference is not trivial. API access for Claude Sonnet 4 runs $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens. Opus 4, the more powerful model, is $15 and $75 respectively. For someone running an agent that writes, edits, tests, and iterates on code for hours at a time, those numbers add up fast. Now, let us get honest about what Claude Code actually is right now, because there is a lot of hype and it deserves a straight answer. It is not production ready. People testing it have reported crashes on complex refactoring tasks. There is no rollback feature. If the agent makes a mess of your files, you are cleaning it up manually. Memory management is primitive compared to what Anthropic has built into the official product. If your business depends on a coding agent completing critical tasks reliably, and you switch to Claude code today, you will probably have a bad week. The official Claude code is still more stable. That is just true. But stability is not the only thing that matters, and it is definitely not the reason 164,000 people starred that repo overnight. What they are really responding to is something deeper. They are responding to the idea that the most important parts of the AI stack, the architectures, the agent designs, the coordination systems, should not be locked behind one company's pricing and policies. Every time a major AI capability gets open-sourced or leaked, adoption explodes because it removes the tax that comes with depending on a single provider. And that is the thing you should walk away thinking differently about after this video. Most people are still thinking about AI tools the way they think about software subscriptions. You pick a provider, you pay a monthly fee, you get access to their thing. But what is actually happening right now is that the underlying designs of these tools are becoming public knowledge, whether intentionally or accidentally. And the gap between the official product and the open source version is shrinking faster than anyone expected. Anthropic did not intend to teach the world how Claude code works. They did anyway. The businesses that are going to pull ahead are the ones who understand this shift is happening now, not in a year. Not because they should abandon reliable tools, they should not, but because knowing how these systems work gives you options. You can choose when to pay for reliability and when to use something free. You can understand what Chyros is before it officially launches and build workflows around it ahead of the crowd. You can stop treating AI tools like black boxes you are just renting and start treating them like infrastructure you actually understand. If you want to get ahead of the next wave before it hits, Anthropic is offering a one-time API credit for new accounts. Check if you qualify before April 17th. And if you have been running heavy agents on subscriptions, right now is the time to benchmark what Qwen 3.6 costs you on OpenRouter, because it has a 1 million token context window and a free tier that a lot of people are sleeping on. Speaking of not sleeping on things, if you want the full process for setting this up, the SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases just like this one, come join the AI Success Lab. It is our free community of 67,000 members who are actually building real workflows with this stuff. Links are in the comments and description, and you will get the full notes from this video there. And if you are ready to go deeper, if you want tutorials walking through both Claude Code and OpenClaw, a breakdown of which models to switch to and at what cost thresholds, and agent setup frameworks built specifically for business use. That is what we cover inside AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,800 members, 4 coaching sessions a week, and a prompt library built for people who are using AI to actually run something. Link is in the comments and description. Before I go, I want to know something. What is the one AI tool that you would genuinely refuse to give up right now? Drop it in the comments. I read all of them, and I genuinely want to know what is actually sticking. And if you want to understand why the open source AI race is moving so much faster than anyone predicted, the video I made on that is right here. I think it will change how you see everything that just happened. A security researcher opened a package. A solo developer worked through the night. And 164,000 people hit a button that said this matters. The front door was left open. The question is whether you are going to walk through it.